We're the Reyes family, a family of 3 that is always looking for new adventures. In this series of videos, we will be sharing our 2-week land and sea vacation in Italy and Spain. Join us as we travel from Denver, Colorado to Italy to kick off a week in Venice and Rome before embarking on a 7-night Mediterranean cruise. Our first stop was Venice, Italy for 2 nights, so come along and check out what this beautiful city has to offer. The first leg of our trip was flying from Denver to Newark. From there, we had a red-eye flight to Venice where we would land around 9 a.m. local time.
Where are we going?
Venice!
Yeah. All right, we landed in Newark from Denver, and we're waiting for our flight right now for Venice. So we should be arriving Venice tomorrow morning by 9 a.m. and we're going to show you the romantic floating city. So we will see you there.
I'm so excited to get on that plane. I really want to be in Venice straight away. And to do that, I have to sleep on the plane.
The same journey.
All right. Whoop. All right, we are on board right now, and we are in the middle row. And we got the Economy Plus, where there's a little bit more legroom, as you can see.
We arrived at the Venice Marco Polo Airport around 9 a.m. in the morning. There are a few modes of transportation that can get you from the airport to the city. There is an autobus, there are some water transportation options, including something called the Ali Laguna, which is almost like a shared ferry that takes you to the main island of Venice. And then there is private water taxi boats that you can take. We opted for a private water taxi because we were staying at the JW Marriott in Venice. It is located on an island right off of Venice, so it was easy to arrange the private water taxi that would take us directly from the airport docks to our resort. This was 100% worth it, and it was an amazing way to kick off our adventures in Venice. We pre-booked our private water taxi directly with the JW Marriott. The service cost 165 euros each way for up to 4 people, and that includes our luggage. Venice Airport was pretty easy to navigate. When you are looking for the docks where you'll find the boats, you just follow the blue signs all over the airport to the water transport.
We're just getting off the airport and into these water taxis. These are at the airport. So you take one level down. We already got our boat.
Come on, Avery.
We are on our way to our hotel, just like that. Leaving the airport. This is the airport. Where are we at?
stay with us. Little princess, enjoy your stay with us.
Upon our arrival at the JW Marriott, we were greeted and entered the beautiful lobby. We love staying at Marriott hotels because they are familiar and offer many amenities that we enjoy. Once we were checked in, we headed to our room to drop off our bags before exploring the grounds and grabbing a bite to eat. The JW Marriott Venice is located on the private island of Isole delle Rose. It is just minutes away from St. Mark's Square by a complimentary water shuttle. The resort offered pools, dining options, cooking classes, and family activities, including a kids club that Avery was excited to check out. We knew after a long travel day, we would want a place with enough amenities to hold us over if we were too exhausted to explore the city right away. However, after a bite to eat and a nap, we were ready to head out to Venice for a late dinner and a glimpse at the city in the evening. Now here's a tour of our room. We did use Marriott points to book this because we are Marriott Bonvoy members. In Italy and Europe in general, it can be hard to find larger rooms for, more than 2 or even 4 guests. But luckily as a family of 3, we were able to find this room that included a king size bed, and then they already had this smaller bed set up for our daughter. It was absolutely perfect, just what we needed for the 2 nights we were staying in Venice. The room was really modern and chic looking, very clean. It also came with an espresso machine, which we love. They included, canned and bottled water for us, different tea assortments. It was just a great experience overall at this hotel, and we highly recommend it if you're looking for something, really familiar with tons of amenities. This was the view off of our balcony, again, of the beautiful grounds that are on this private island. You can pretty much explore this whole resort at your leisure. There are bikes that you can ride around, multiple pools and places to check out. We wanted to walk the grounds a bit, so we opted to grab a bite to eat for lunch down by this pool over here. They had a little place that you could sit outdoors, a couple items on their menu, so that worked for us for a really quick lunch. I'll just show a little bit more of the grounds around this area as well. There were some yard games and other activities for kids to enjoy. In the back, there is a church. I've seen lots of things online where people will host weddings or gatherings here. It does close for the winter, I believe, and then opens sometime during late spring, so just be aware that it is not open year-round. The food here was okay. It wasn't the greatest and it was a little bit overpriced, but it worked for us because we were just starving, needed to eat something before we could rest and then head into the city later that evening. They did offer a kids club on property, which my daughter was really excited about. You can see here there was Legos and activities that were available. She even got to make a pizza and try archery all on our first date. While she was at the kids club, we went up to the rooftop dining area. There's a little bar and restaurant up there, as well as a rooftop pool, and it has amazing views of Venice in the distance. After taking a nap, we were ready to head over to Venice and start exploring the city. We were especially excited to go have our first meal at a true Italian restaurant over in Venice. So here is where you grab the complimentary water shuttle that takes you directly across to St. Mark's Square. It was really easy to use, and the shuttles actually ran pretty late. I think we came back that evening, close to 11, maybe past 11, and they run about every half an hour.
Waiting for a complimentary water taxi or water shuttle to take us directly to St. Mark's Square. Shuttle will pick us up here in front of the hotel, the JW Hotel, and go straight across. I wonder if you can see it, but right over here is we'll go straight to St. Mark's Square, and we're gonna do some walking and get some great Italian food.
The boat comes back every 30 minutes.
Grazie. All right.
Oh, there's like little USB chargers. That's good to know.
Oh, there's, yeah. Good.
Give your review.
I love it.
Can I try?
It's like orange juice.
Oh my goodness. It's like ham bacon. After dinner, it was back to exploring the alleyways to end the night with some gelato. We came across this place and absolutely loved it, so we all got some cones with different flavored gelatos. We did encounter some flooding, especially in the St. Mark's Square area. When we actually first arrived in St. Mark's Square for dinner, we had to reroute instead of going through St. Mark's Square because the flooding was so bad, and that's what actually led us down a bunch of alleyways that we ended up exploring, and we loved being able to do that. But on our way back, since it was a little bit later, a lot of the water had retreated and we were able to actually walk through St. Mark's Square, as you can see here. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow along on the rest of our 2-week vacation in Italy. Next, we will have another day in Venice and then be heading to Rome.